Next up, 1973 Plymouth Fury. I traded a guy for my 62 Buick Special for it. It seems to me like the last time it was really driven was in 1984. It's in decent shape, mostly, for the year that it is. As you can see, there's a little crack in the windshield, but that's not bad. The interior is a bit weathered and crazy. I got this, I want to say 3 or 4 weeks ago. I've done a couple things to it, but not a whole lot. One thing that I've had to do was drop the fuel tank. So the fuel tank, as you can see, was crushed in. I had to get it to pop out with some water. I tried putting the JB Weld tank fix on it. That didn't seem to work, so I just tack welded it and it actually ended up working. I got a little 110 wire feed welder. Overall, like I said, it's in, for the year and for what it is, it's in really decent shape. It does have this little patch of rust right down here. The badging needs to be secured on this side. It does have a slight dent over here. I don't know if you can, how well you can see that. It had a vinyl top, which of course rotted off. I have gotten it to run. I replaced spark plugs. There's a lot that's needing maintenance with this car. It does have the turn signals up here, which are super neat. Go ahead and pop the hood on it. So it has a 400 engine with a 2-barrel carb. You may notice that there is no radiator. I took that out. It is completely screwed. The brakes, all the brake work needs to be done. I had to remove the positive wire for the battery and the ground. I'm going to be removing the ground also. Take a look at this beautiful hunk of metal. Going to have to weld something in there to put a battery in. It is a factory AC car. Somebody had taken the upper radiator hose off. So I went to a scrapyard, was able to pick one of those up. Here's the fan shroud. Put that off to the side. I picked up a hose from a scrapyard and had to cut it to fit. I did redo the spark plugs and the wires. There was also a lot of mouse damage, so see if we can get in here. This is just temporary wiring just to get the electronic ignition system working. I did also have to replace the ballast resistor and the electronic ignition control modules, which I may still have to replace the voltage regulator and the starter setup. I forget what it's called. It did run pretty good. A lot of this car is just trying to fix the old things on it. The alternator, I've already pulled that off. It was not working. So it wasn't charging the battery at all. I believe the starter may need to be replaced because it is, I think that's where the large drain's coming from. Because you could put a brand new battery in this, try and start it 3 or 4 times, and the battery's almost dead. For in here, like I said, I've been trying to test a few switches. The mileage says 6,944, which it rolled over. There's no way that it didn't. This was a factory CB car, which none of that's working at the moment, but I'll end up trying to figure that out also. I said got some cracks, but it's all to be expected. The floor pans seem pretty sturdy. I've also cleaned a lot of it out. I haven't gotten it all cleaned out. I just got it moved into my garage today. It was sitting outside. So I'll be continuing to clean out the inside. A lot of what was in here was super cool. It's from, it said, the mid 70s to early 80s. There's a book, I don't know if you could see it, 1975, 1976 Morgan County license plates, which actually had license plates and the owners of the cars. I believe this guy was a clerk and recorder or something. It also had this in the trunk, which is super cool, and it's from 1979. It was in the plastic, brand new looking. Said most everything works on here. Seems to work. You know, I haven't gotten it. I haven't actually put it on the road yet. The only thing that's not really working right now, I know rear driver door does not open from the outside, but it will open from the inside. It also has the back seat cover that's cracked. Came with a saw. It has seat belts, which is great, and it has some old floorboard or some old floor mats. Oh, also the lock on the passenger side does not work. Let's see if we could look in the trunk. Of course, you know, those aren't going to work out because they're blown out. This is one of the styles of cars where this is where you'll do your fueling. That's always neat. Alright. This also had a lot of just crap in it. The trunk is not in horrible shape. I will probably need to put a couple patches in it though, because it's a little weak in spots. So with the initial investment of this, I could either consider it free or the $4,000 that I put into the other Buick. But I'm going to go ahead and just consider it free because I don't mess with these cars for profit. I like to get them going. I'm not sure that I'm actually going to end up flipping this car though, This car is longer than my van, which is pretty crazy. I was told that when it did run, it really has some good get up and go. The 400 Chrysler big block. I know it's not going to get any fuel mileage. Just running it for 15 or 20 minutes took almost a gallon of gas. So, I'm not expecting glory. I'm also not expecting to take this out on road trips. Just going to be a fun little project to get into. From what I understand, the Plymouth Furies were chosen as police vehicles for their get up and go. Also, they have good handling. So there is a lot going on with this. The muffler is completely rusted off, which, who'd have thunk it. Got a few things got to do. I'm hoping, I've invested so far in this, which I'll have to pull receipts, but about $85. I'm hoping to get this in less than 400 on the road, but we'll see how that works. It all depends on what scrap yards are gonna have, and if I'm able to find a good deal for parts, there'll be certain things I have to buy new, which is a bummer, but it just kind of is what it is. So look forward to seeing more on this.